Hi, I'm Sharon. Welcome to my theory tuition series where we're working step by step through each of the ABRSM theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you if you go to my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets and you can download those in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. You'll also find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials and you can access information about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time in the exam room on exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that'd be super. And please subscribe to my channel to keep updated. And so now we're going to work through the 2015 Music Theory past papers for grade 3. So let's make a start. So if you turn with me to page 2, we'll have a look at these together. Now I always suggest that you have a go of these on your own. First of all, it doesn't matter if you go wrong. It's always better to learn by your mistakes. Always write in pencil. Nice sharp pencil. I use a mechanical pencil so it stays nice and neat, and you've got your trusty eraser to hand in case you go wrong, and also you'll need a ruler handy as well. Now I realise that the 2018 exams onwards are revised and they have a slightly different format, so the layout of the paper is slightly different and some questions are no longer relevant, but we'll address that as we go along. However, this is still really valuable revision, so I do suggest that you make use of all of the past papers still to help you prepare for your exam. So I'm hoping you've had a go of this, and so now we'll look at it together. So question 1 asks us to add the time signature to each of these 5 melodies. So there's going to be 5 separate time signatures. Our first job is to decide what the bottom number will be. We've got to decide if we're counting in crotchet beats, quarter notes, quaver beats, eighth notes, or minim beats, half notes. Now I suggest you just scan through and find the easiest bar, and I think this one gives you the answer. And we can see we're counting in crotchet beats, because if we're counting in minim beats or half notes, there aren't enough in that bar to complete a minim beat. And we're not counting in quaver beats, eighth notes, because you can see we grouped in 2s, whereas if we're counting in eighth notes, we're usually in compound time, and so that won't be appropriate. And I think you can just tell at a glance we're counting in crotchet beats or quarter notes, and there are 1, 2, 3 in a bar. By all means you can check through. There's 1 beat plus 2 is 3. 2 beats there, 3 in the time of 2, so there's our next beat. 1, 2, 3, that's the easy bar. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now this next one, we can see that we're in groups of 3, we're in compound time, so we know that our bottom number is going to be 8, and we just need to now think how many quaver beats or eighth notes there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This first bar gives us the answer nice and easy, 9 over 8. And now we can see we're in compound time, 3 beats per bar. So by all means you can check through. This is perhaps a trickier bar, so I wouldn't have chosen that one to check it out. Here though you can see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And by all means here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, those make our third quaver or eighth note, 1, 2, 3. But that's the easiest bar there to begin with, and that gives you your answers straight away. Now this next one, I think we can tell just a glance we're counting in minim beats or half notes, so we'll start with that. We can always amend it if we think so. And this bar here gives us the answer straight away, 1, 2, 3 minim beats, 3 half notes, 3 over 2. By all means check it through elsewhere. There's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're counting in minim beats, remember. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's the easy one. 1, 2, and then the dot and this crotchet, this quarter note gives us our next one. 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's have a look at this next one. So glancing through, I think this is the bar that gives us the answer most simply. And we can see that we're counting in crotchet beats or quarter notes. So our bottom number is 4. We'll start with that. We can always change it if we need to. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 over 4. Alternatively, you could put common time, and I guess mathematically you could also get away with saying it's 2 over 2, which would be that symbol. So any of those would answer that for you. By all means, check through the rest. So there's 1, 2, 3 crotchet beats, 3 quarter notes, the dot and the quaver, the 8th note here gives another one, that's 4, 1, including the rest, there's 2, 3, 4, 1 and a half, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Let's have a look at this next one. So this first bar tells us straight away that we're counting in crotchet beats. We can't be counting in minim beats or half notes because that would just be 1 beat per bar. And so the obvious answer is to count in crotchet beats, quarter notes, and we can see straight away that there are 2 crotchet beats per bar. So let's just check that through here. There's 1, there's another one. There's 1, there's 1, there's 1, there's 1, there's 2. So we can see that works out. So moving on, this is the question that we can now ignore. From 2018 onwards, the completing a 4-bar rhythm question is no longer part of the exam paper, so we can just skip that one. It's a good idea to have a quick go of them in your music theory and practice workbook, just as a little bit of revision on completing time signatures and grouping notes properly. However, for exam purposes, that's no longer relevant, so we'll just skip ahead and we'll have a look at question 3. So we have a melody here, but we've got 4 mistakes, so we just need to have a scan through and try and find those mistakes, and then we'll rewrite it out properly. So have a scan and see what you can find first. Press pause and then come back into the video when you think you've found some. So here's what I can spot. This is in the wrong place. Should be down here. Remember, this is the G clef. Sometimes that's what it's known as, and it centres around the G line. It's positioned too high. Let's have a look what else we're missing. So here we know that 4 semiquavers, 4 16th notes should be grouped together to give us a crotchet beat in this time signature. And then here we have the stems the wrong way. The stems should be coming down because they're above the middle line. And then let's just check how many beats we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's correct. 1, 2, 3. So here this rest isn't big enough. That's only half a beat rest where we need a full beat rest. Oh, that was a very bizarre. There we go. So now we've done all the thinking, we've just got to copy it out but correct these little mistakes. So off we go. So I'm going to position this correctly on the second line. The key signature is correct. Time, oh dear, time signature. So I'm just going to get these blobs in place. You can do this in any order you like. I just prefer mapping it out, getting all the nuts and bolts in place. And then I know I'm not going to run out of space. I'm keeping everything aligned, so I know I'm keeping my spacing correct. Just being careful to copy the note heads correctly. And then I might as well change that straight away. So those stems are correct. By all means use a ruler if that helps you to keep it neat and tidy. Dot, extra little line. So they need to be beamed together. First came across that in grade 1, where you beam a whole crotchet bit or quarter notes worth together, because you always got to reflect the unit bit of the time signature. That's okay as it is. Just extend that a little bit. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all done. Second part of this question, give the time name of the shortest note in the melody. That's this one here with the 3 little tails, and that's a demi-semiquaver. Or if you use the alternative terminology, it's a 32nd note. And that's the end of that question. Let's look at the next one. So we've got a few pointers to watch out for here. We need to add the correct clef, and we need to add any necessary sharp or flat signs to each of these triads, tonic triads. There's another clue that we're looking for. Do not use key signatures. Now we're going to have to bear the key signature in mind, however, to know which sharp or flat signs to add. So if this is the tonic triad, of course the bottom note must be the tonic. So for this to be an F, it must be in the treble clef. Now F major has a key signature of B flats. We have an F, A, C. There's no B here to flatten, so we've no need to add any accidentals there. So for this to be D minor, we need this lowest note here to be the tonic D, and so that also must be treble clef. Now D minor is related to F major, which has B flats. In the key signature we have a D, an F and an A, so there's no B to flatten, so there's nothing to add there. So here we need this lowest note to be a B, or a B flat of course. B flat major has a key signature of B flats and E flats. So in order for this to be B flat, of course D, F, this must be in the bass clef. If you think about it, we know that this is a G, so one below G is F, and so that must be the bass clef. If you want to be doubly sure, count up your octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that takes us to B, an octave higher. And so we know that this must be in the bass clef. Now B flat major, of course, has a key signature of B flats and E flats, and the tonic must be B flat, and so there's our accidental. Moving on, so this needs to be C sharp minor. In order for this to be a C, and then we'll sharpen it, we know that this needs to be the treble clef, C, E, G. Now C sharp minor is related to E major. It's helpful to have all of your key signatures and scales and related keys just sketched out on a piece of paper before you even start the exam paper. You do get scrap paper in the exam, and then you've done all of this thinking once, and there's no need to keep scratching your brain. So we know that we've got F, C, G, D sharps in the key signature. So here we have a C, E, G. So the C, of course, must be sharpened for the tonic to be C sharp minor. And then also the G sharp needs to be sharpened because that's part of the key signature. And then this last one, for this to be A major, the tonic needs to be A. So this needs to be in the bass clef. A major has a key signature of F, C, G sharps, so this is A, C, E, so we need to sharpen the C. There we go, that's that question completed. We'll look at the next questions in the next video. I do hope this is helpful to you. I hope it's of benefit to your studies. I also hope that you're enjoying it. I certainly am. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. Please do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.